Hey everyone, welcome back to another unboxing video. It's been a while since I've created one of these. So I'm really happy to show you this new Grand Lenormand deck that I, again, accidentally came across on Amazon. And this deck came out in November, so just last month. It's December 1st, 2023 today. So it literally came out, I think, November 13th. It was hard to get. It still is a little bit difficult to get, but I imagine that it'll get a lot easier in the coming months. So if you can't get it right now on Amazon or eBay, you could also Google it and maybe buy it directly from Grancher. So I'm sure you will manage to get yourself your own copy in the near future. Anyways, this deck is by, or it's a reprint basically of an older, like vintage deck from the 1800s. And this deck is by Carole Sedillot and Chantal Frelaut. You may recognize their names because last year in 2022, they came out with this deck here. I'll just call it the black deck. And this is by a different publisher. It's by La Lotus and L'Elephant. Beautiful deck, also based on a vintage deck from the 1800s. And this comes with an excellent, excellent book, like a really good book. It is all in French, but easy to translate with Google Translate. So I won't go over that black deck in this video just because I already did a deck review last year. And I'll include the link of that video in the description below. And you may also recognize them from this book that they published. Well, it was by Dervy. It was published in the year 2000, and this book is out of print. It's very hard to get, but stay tuned to the end of this video where I will tell you some good news about how you can get a new version of this book. An exact version, I would say improved version, because the new version is in color. So stay tuned. So I will go over a flip through right now of this deck. And beautiful box, very sturdy. This is the back of the box. I think my box got a little damaged in shipping. It came all the way from Germany, not France, for some reason, but it is published in France. And yeah, I really think this box will last you for your lifetime, let's just say. The booklet is very basic. You're going to need more than just this booklet because it goes over just a very brief summary of the general meaning of the card. It does not go into detail about the left and right images on the card or the constellation. It does not talk about the geomantic symbols, nothing like that. Just a very brief overview of every card. And at the back of the book, it has a spread. The cross spread, I believe. And of course, it's all in French. But again, if you've watched my other videos on the Grancher, you will know about how easy it is to translate with Google Translate. So again, you just take a picture of the text with your phone and it will automatically translate everything for you. And what I like to do for myself is I like to handwrite the English meaning out into my own little book. Not everybody has time for that. I have a lot of time on my hands because I'm a librarian and, you know, in a small town, and I have lots of spare time. So, you know, you could probably just print it off and just create your own English version. It won't be perfect, but it will do. It will just do fine. Like I have found that Google Translate has gotten a lot better over the years. So anyways, back to the cards. Beautiful, beautiful cards. The backs are like this houndstooth, I think it's houndstooth style in magenta or pink, and pretty, very pretty. The cards themselves, of course, they are based on a vintage edition. So the colors are a bit muted, and I love it personally. that was a complaint of the black deck, was that the colors were, or not the colors, but the artwork was very blurry and the lines weren't very defined. I'll show you an example quickly. I know I said I wasn't going to go over the black deck, but I will just show you quickly what I mean. So a lot of people did not like that everything was so blurry. But this, again, is based on an actual deck from the 1800s. So, you know, you have to appreciate it for that, in my opinion. I love this deck. I actually, before this deck came out, about a year before, I printed my own version of this deck, because you can get the images on the Gallica BNF website. It's like a French online library with like archived materials. So perhaps Carole Sedillot and Chantal Frelaut took some constructive criticism and made the colored version with, you know, clearer images, or maybe not, maybe it's just a coincidence. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit clearer than that other deck that I just showed you, and it's not going to be quite as bright or vivid as the Grancher deck. And I'll just show you what I mean. So this is a lot more clear, and I can't say I like one better than the other. I really appreciate the fact that this is a copy of a vintage deck, so, or a replica rather. The size comparison between the Grancher deck and this deck here, very, very similar. So the Sedillot edition is just a little bit skinnier than the Grancher deck. The cardstock is very, very comparable. Very good. Not too slippery. It's very sturdy. This deck is going to hold up for many years. And I'm personally going to use it. I might buy another copy just to keep as a, you know, collector's item, but I'm definitely going to use this deck. It comes with this beautiful satin pouch. A lot of the French card companies include either satin or velvet pouches in their decks, which is a really nice touch. So I wish the American companies would follow suit. But hey, it just adds to it. It's just really nice. All right, so I'm just going to go over a quick flip through. Please forgive me for, you know, doing this really quickly. I mean, it's very similar to the Grancher deck, and you know, if you're watching this video, chances are you have the Grancher deck. I will show you this. This is the publisher of the original deck that this is a replica of. So you can see the little red stamp as well. Of course, as you know, that's the male consultant card. I believe that is supposed to be Napoleon. And this is Josephine. I believe it's Josephine. It might represent Mademoiselle Lenormand, but I think it's Josephine. I think we have here Napoleon and Josephine. And I'm just gonna quickly go through the cards. You can always slow down the video if you want to see something more in detail. But yeah, the cardstock again is just great. Try to move that down. Actually, I'll just move that out of the way. And I will show you a comparison. Since we're on this card, I will show you the comparison between this card and the Grimot deck. So very, very similar. Just things are a little bit more muted here. And other than that, there's really no difference. And it lands on my favorite card. I've talked about this card in other videos. One of my favorite cards. Okay, so if you're still here, I will tell you about this book. Okay. So I highly recommended this book in a previous video where I did a book review. And I said, if you can get a copy, as long as they don't try to like gouge you on the price, try to get yourself a copy. It is so hard to get this book, and I totally understand. I lucked out, but a lot of people, you know, are left lingering for this book. Now, this book is now available. It is not, it is by Carole Sedillot and Chantal Frelaut. It looks different. The front cover looks completely different. It will look more like this here. So they actually repackaged this book to go with, I'm assuming, to go with their new deck this year. And it's in color. So this original book is not in color. It's in black and white, and it's my favorite book, but their new book is all in color. The formatting is maybe a little bit different, but the information is identical from what I could see on another review that someone did on YouTube. Word for word, the information is identical, and the paper stock is different in the new book. It is more glossy, and everything's in color, but other than that, it's exactly the same book. So it is now available. So all you need to do is Google Carole Sedillot, Chantal Frelaut, and Google this title here, Le Grancher de Mlle Lenormand, and you will be able to find the new version of this book. So I was going to buy it, but I figured, like, why would I want to spend money on a new book when I have the old one? You know, it's just as good. It has the information, and that's the most important part. Like, of course the new book is prettier, but yeah. So, and again, this book, and let me just find the black deck here. And this book from their black deck, very similar information. You know, it's almost word for word in a lot of areas. This one here to this one, but this one, while it's excellent and I highly recommend it, it does not have all the information that this one has. This one has more information. It has a little bit more, let me see. Off the top of my head, I can't tell you exactly what additional information it has that this book that came with their black deck doesn't have, but just trust me on that. This one it's more thorough. And now you can get the new book. It is available. So, and it will have all the information that this book has. So I hope this video was helpful, and please stay tuned because I'm going to be going over another Grancher deck review very soon. I'm just waiting for it in the mail. So hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.